In 2020, you and 81 million Americans voted to save our democracy. That's why Donald Trump isn't just a former president, he is a defeated former president. The American Rescue Plan that I signed into law shortly after I took office, with the help of your members of Congress, that plan took America from economic crisis to economic recovery. And not a single Republican, not one single one, voted for it. Not one. Not a single Republican. We did get some help from some Republicans passing the bill, and I'm thankful for that. But the truth is, there's a lot more Republicans taking credit for a bill that they actually voted against. You see it all over America. Right here in Maryland, you got a Republican Congress named Andy Harrison. Now, old Andy's out there touting funding for a key dredging project in his district that he voted against. It's happening all over. There's thousands of people in America going through that. And these Republicans ripped that out of the bill, but we're coming back. And guess what? You hear Republicans always talk about the deficit, right? About big spending Democrats. Well, guess what? When the last guy was president, he increased the debt by $2 trillion in tax cuts. Not a penny of it paid for, okay? Well, guess what we did? We reduced the deficit. You'd think if the Republicans really cared about reducing inflation, they would have voted for the Inflation Reduction Act. But every single Republican voted against it, even though I know at least a dozen of them thought they should vote for it. But they would be primaried. Every single Republican in the House, every single Republican in the Senate, every single one, hear this, America, every single Republican voted against lower prescription drug prices, against lower health care costs, against tackling the climate crisis, against lower energy costs, against creating good-paying jobs, against the fair taxes, every single one. Every single American needs to return the favor when we vote. And your current Republican governor, your Republican governor agrees with that. Just go check out what your Republican governor said about what's his opponent. So how extreme are these MAGA Republicans? Just take a look what happened since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. In red states after red state, there's a race to pass the most restrictive abortion limitations imaginable, even without exception, for rape or incest. Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal. What's happened is there are not many real Republicans anymore. By the way, your sitting governor, he's a Republican you can deal with. We disagree. No, I'm serious. But at least he's within the mainstream of the Republican Party. I respect conservative Republicans. But they're coming after your Social Security as well. And you think I'm kidding, go read the only election year plan the Republicans have put out. Look up on these, there you go. This is the Republican plan that is about what they want to do with regard to Social Security. Go ahead to the next slide. There you go. Here's what they said. Rick Scott, the Republican chairman of the Re-elect Committee for the Senate, Republican senators, said Social Security and Medicare should be in the chopping block. This is what they put out. All federal legislation sunsets every 5 years. If a law is worth keeping, Congress can pass it again. Translate it, your Social Security every 5 years will be eliminated unless it's voted back into existence. It's your money. You paid for it. You paid for it. Do you want to put your Social Security into the hands of Ted Cruz and Marjorie Taylor Greene? I mean it. But it's not just Social Security. Senator Scott wants everything in the federal budget voted on de novo every 5 years it goes out of existence. And then along comes Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin. This is what they put this in writing now. This is their plan. He wants to put Social Security and Medicare on the chopping block every single year. This is the same guy who said, if Republicans get control of the United States Congress, they're coming after the Affordable Care Act again denying health insurance to anyone with a pre-existing condition.